Hi, what you're going to hear in a second is a podcast that I've just recorded with an amazing guy called Geoffrey. He is a made-to-measure expert from Belgium. We met at Pity this year. I've been following his Instagram for a while. I suggest you should go and also follow his Instagram because it's amazing. You're going to hear from us when we're going to be talking about business side of things, made to measure. What does it mean to run a successful made to measure company? How quickly your made to measure provider should deliver things, and how to get new clients. All of that and much more. Geoffrey, myself, podcasts. Here we go. Hello everyone, this is Michael and welcome again in our another conversation that we've got with an absolutely awesome person. A person that I met for the first time at Pity this year, which was a few months ago, but I've probably been a huge fan of for the last year or so, and I probably consume more of his pictures than his mum on Instagram. So hello, welcome to my podcast, welcome to my YouTube channel. Say a few words about you, where you're from, what you do, what's the story?
I'm Geoffry Nijsmans. I'm from Belgium. I'm a made-to-measure specialist for OG. It's a Dutch firm specialized in Italian fashion, Italian brands, from Atolini to Finamore, from Finamore to Munro, an Dutch atelier in Amsterdam, where we work together for the made-to-measure department.
Uh-huh.
A fantastic job. It's a passion. I got my passion for fashion, so it's nice to do this.
Yes.
And it's nice to meet you also at the Pity.
Good. Yes. So brilliant. I mean, it's exactly that. What we're going to be obviously talking about today is what obviously Geoffrey does, which is made to measure, but also he is sort of well-rounded individual. So we're going to be no doubt talking and escaping fashion and talking about other things as well. So thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for being around. Let's talk about made to measure straight away, because I think it's a topic that it's definitely growing interest. I know you've been doing that for how long, made to measure?
Made to measure I do now for 5 years, and fashion in total now almost 8.
Okay.
So
in your opinion, has the made to measure changed sort of when you started versus right now? Do you see anything different?
Yeah, it changed also for the people around me, also for the public. More men who wear suits for the business, for politics, for the banking, lawyers. They all changing the mindset to change, not buying from the rack, but buying something personal, something from their own, made to measure. A special fabric with a nice button, with a nice lining to make it more personal. It's all the same. So it's growing in Antwerp, Belgium. It's growing really. It's you see the difference on the street also,
But is it okay? Because that, you know, what I've seen so far, obviously I've only been doing made to measure really sort of full time, probably less than 6 months. You know, where I obviously go and find clients and measure them and you know, produce nice garments for them. But what I've seen so far, it's because I'm probably part of that, is this sort of new wave of made to measure people, where it seems as if like everyone is doing made to measure, everyone is doing private labels clothing, everyone is doing private label shoes, everyone is kind of opening their Shopify store to sell sneakers or sell you know, t-shirts or things like it, this sort of vibe of making your own brand has become this new thing, in my opinion, in the last sort of year or so. And I'm being the example of that, you know, starting obviously made to measure company as well. So do you see that as well, that the competition is different, that there's more people doing that?
I see it also, yes, I'm going to be honest with it. I see a lot of growing from small businesses, young guys who do made to measure, working together with some nice houses, small houses, to make it more bespoke, to be unique. But to real, you see it, like you said, everywhere you can buy now some sneakers with your own brand, some nice Chelsea, something how we say, special,
Mm.
and everybody wanna pick something with it. But we work more together, and everybody got his own style, his own details. But for a real suit, a good suit, uh, we got more like colleagues around them, which and they come for us because we got certain brands. They go to them because they got their brands. So we're not killing each other here. We're helping each other actually because it's not only fashion. It is more a personal style, a statement for some people, and I want to help everyone who wears a suit as good as possible to help them and support them in the way they are and how they are wearing this. So they must feel good, actually.
Absolutely. Yeah. So you mentioned about sort of detailing that you kind of you've got one style of detail and someone has other style. Like, what's your signature move? What's your signature that oh, this is my piece. I can see that because of X, Y, and Z. What's the one thing that you do that people recognize you for, or you recognize your own suits when you see it online? Like, oh, this guy wears my suit. Like, what is there something that you do that only you do, or little bits and pieces?
Not really.
Okay.
I'm very classic, actually. The 70% of the suits I fix actually for the customer will be very ton sur ton, very classic, gray lining. Nothing too spectacular, actually. Not too, I say, trendy.
So why would they go for this? Why wouldn't they just go to ready to wear if they want this kind of plain suit, nothing spectacular, no gold buttons, nothing like that? They just want to look. Why would they? Why would they do that? Why would
First
they
of
pay
all,
premium?
a made-to-measure suit is cut to the bone, to be exactly. They buy something on the rack, they go to the tailor to fit it on the body. Now it fits from the first step, actually. So they are feeling better from the first time they try it on. The first is the doubt. Oh, I need to choose from a small piece of fabric. Yeah, I don't see the end of it.
Exactly.
Suit.
Exactly.
It's very difficult, but if you explain it and you build some trust with the person, and the person, customer, trust the tailor, me or you or somebody else in this business, they will be feeling happy. And what I also said is, if you are a sportive guy, you're never changing your weight, you wear suits all the time, try this one. We do it very sick, very normal, nothing special, no eye catcher, just a normal suit, gray lining, blue lining. Then we can try it out later on with some special effects, some details, squares, black watch, you know what I mean? So that's how I started, actually. And more people actually are going for the made to measure because they don't need to pay a tailor to let a suit out of the rack fit it. So that's a very strong point in Antwerp, actually, to be honest. And
what about shirts? Do you make also made to measure shirts?
yes.
And how does that compare to ready to wear? Like, because obviously ready to wear shirts, they are probably third or fifth of the price, depends on where you get them from. And made to measure shirts, it kind of looks the same, but of course it doesn't. We know it doesn't, and it doesn't feel that way. But for the person from the outside, they're going to be looking at the shirt for, I don't know, 150 pounds, 180 euros, whatever the shirt cost. And they're going to be like, oh, why would I pay this if I can go to the shop to get similar shirt for 50 euros, right? So what would you say on a shirt side of things? Like, what would you say to the customer if they would come to you and say, why would I make a shirt? Suit is different because it's kind of big, I understand it, but shirt is kind of, I can buy it cheaply somewhere else. What's your answer?
Yeah, of course. It's first of all the quality. Quality is totally different. You can choose your own fabric. You make it more personalized. The initials, the details, the cuff, the color. You can combine the most crazy ideas with the most craziest fabrics in the world. Make it fully for your own. And if you buy something out of the rack, you must
Stick
take
to what
things
they
with
have.
it, actually, with how it fits, how it feels, and how it works. And you can all change that if you pay a lot of money to change it to your personal idea. And now you can make it from A to Z, how you like it, how you want it, how it fits. and most of the time it works, and the people go for the made to measure. And I sell a lot more made to measure shirts than I sell shirts out of the rack.
Nice, nice.
So
Well,
people
okay.
who
So if you would say that the biggest or the most items that you sell right now is made to measure shirts, then made to measure suits, and then sort of off the rack stuff, is that how you would say?
do, we do the full picture actually. If they come for a suit, I always wear the shirt with it to make the nice combination. A good shirt with a good with a good suit, always nice. We sell some ties with it. The shoes are a little bit difficult sometimes, but we do it also.
Yeah.
But yeah, a good. And as I always say, if you buy a suit made to measure, buy a good shirt with it also. It's the picture complete.
Yeah.
You feel better,
Yeah.
and you got experience. The experience says a lot. If it's good experience from the first time, it comes back, or every time it comes back. So
Yes.
and then just choosing fabrics, and first one shirt and two shirts, and now I got customers who come by, send me a WhatsApp and say, Geoffrey, I need some new shirts.
Yes.
I got white planes because I got a smooch with the last dinner last night, so I take 5 shirts, and they go also in bigger amounts actually.
Yes.
More
I mean,
pieces.
exactly. How often do you actually get your customers to come back to you and rebuy things from you? So if you established something and they bought a suit, they bought a shirt, are they clients for life, or are you more like you're always chasing new clients?
Because after 3 weeks after the first delivery, I call them back. I send an email. I'm really personal. I want to ask how are you? How's the wife? How are the kids? How is your dog? Perfect. Thank you. How are the shirts? Yeah, fantastic. Do you need something else? Working through something else, and they always come back to drink a cup of coffee in the store. We got a dinner meeting last night with some good friends of mine. Actually, as first customers, now good friends.
Nice.
And they just on the table. I need some new shirts. Yeah, I will measure them. I got your measurements, so I'll order them for you. And they trust me, and it's more like a trust you create. People will trust you.
Let's talk about that because I think it's super important for people, whoever wants to start in this business, any business for that matter, I think, is the thing that you just said is probably one of the most important things ever. Okay, you making good product. Okay, you're very good at what you do, but without the clients, without the network, without the the people that they trust you and you build that trust. Without that, the business is worth zero, right? Because everything is in that. Like, talk about it, because it's super important. Like, you are very good at what you do, but that's just 50% of the story. You have to have that sort of network, right? How do you build that? How do you get started?
How we get started? I started 5 years ago. So first I did door to door. So I searched for hotels, more bigger amounts from the beginning. Start dressing hotels, the personnel on the desk, the bali, the information room, then the directors, and all the same blue suits, 10, 15 blue suits, gray suits. Every hotel got its own design, so it's nice and trustworthy to have a good named hotel in Belgium. Where's your suits? Customers come, businessman comes, they say, oh, nice suit. Yeah, it's from Auger, it's from Geoffrey, call Geoffrey. So if you got a lot of people using your name, and they are not afraid using your name because they are also happy from the product they buy from you, it got easier to build out a network, talk to talk, mouth to mouth advertising actually. And that was the first step for me, gaining followers, but also customers, and people are happy with what I do, so they come to me, and after a while they buy suits, 2 suits, 3 suits. How are you? How's the family? How's the kids? Oh, super. They're going to high school. They study off. They got a lawyer degree. And they go, you know everything about them. And they are so happy when they
How do you keep that information? Because that's super important as well. Like, is it all in your head, or you've got a spreadsheet? You've got...
Depending how much I see the customer and the people. So some people see every week just for a shirt, maybe for a tie, maybe for a shawl, for some underwear, for braces, for cufflinks. They come back for... anything. But I see other customers traveling around to see 3 months, every 3 months, every 4 months. So I write it down, and it's very important that you know how they are, what they do, how they do it, what is the secret to their success. And they are so happy when you ask, how was your trip? A very easy question. He comes to you and say, "How are you?" Okay, everybody's good. It's a very standard question. But how was your trip? Was the business good? You said last month you go for a business trip and it was okay, super nice traveling, safe travels. How's the wife? How's the kids? You're always happy and you got more personal talk actually, and then you build some trust.
I love that.
They're coming always back, always back.
And
that's very important. And if you
absolutely.
give a good product, of course.
Yeah, of course. The product needs to be good. Otherwise, the best marketing in the world cannot sort of, market shit product. It cannot defend it. But you're right. Okay, so you build your network. You sort of, do you still going out there, after 5 years and seeking new customers, or are you kind of waiting for them because you've got so many, the network is so big right now that you kind of just...
Always looking for new opportunities, always. Everywhere I go, I combine also the business of my father with the business of Roger to make to measure suits for the customers of my father. I go to big meetings, old-timer meetings, to be there and searching for opportunities. Always nice to help people. And also those people could help me with my problems. Maybe I need a good car repair man or something.
Yes.
I need tires. I need a nice painter for my house. And always connecting and looking for opportunities. So we help each other, actually. Everybody helps each other. So it's always nice. And the people need to trust you. It's most important is trust and being honest. You must be honest. It's a good color for me. I can say yes because I want to sell it, but I can also say no, actually no, don't buy it. I search for you another color, another fabric, another wove, another lining, some details to make.
Super important, right? Because that what makes you sort of long-term, you bring the long-term value to them, because all of a sudden you're not acting as a sort of salesperson that's trying to flog them, you're going to look good in this and in that and in that, and you want to sell this because you've got too many stock of this. You're actually saying, well, tell me more about what you do. Tell me, what sort of suits you like, what you don't like, where, what was the compliment you got last time from a suit you were wearing? Oh yeah, I got always compliments when I'm wearing pink shirts. Let's make more pink shirts. So you get that sort of questions and answer, and you build that trust. I always say it's a trusted advisor. We are trusted advisor rather than salespeople.
You're
right?
more like a stylist at that point. First you were a tailor, an advisor. You help people, and then you style them. Actually, how they buy a suit, but they buy a shirt, but which tie, which pair of shoes, which color of shoes. And you can make it very nice and very classic. It's always good by any person. But he's a blonde guy. Don't give him too light colors. Give him a nice blue marine suit with a nice shirt coming back. It's always good.
Yes.
He can look very pale in some suits. Some people look very pale in some suits, and then they come to me and they say, "Where did you buy that suit?" I'm very honest. I say, "Where did you buy this one?" "Yeah, I was on a holiday in Marbella."
Yeah, you can
and
tell.
And they tell it, "Yeah, it looks fantastic," they say. "And what did your wife say?" "She said it was awful."
Yeah, exactly.
They come back to me and they say, "Yeah, what I can do with the suit." So how you can make a suit looking better when it makes the people pale. So you use a brighter color in the shirt, a brighter color in the tie. So the tie or the shirt will be the eye catcher and give color to the face of the person. We're so always looking to help people, and I said that's what we do. That's what our passion is. We searching actually to help people.
How do you find out more information about this? Because that's interesting. Because you say about pale colors and bright colors and this. How do you know that this is right? Is it just your DNA? Is it just in you, or you were actually searching for that information? You were educating yourself.
I can combine and give color to people. Yes, no problem. But I searched for the deeper. I did some. I would say it's. Tests and some exams with some color specialists, actually.
No way. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay.
Want to be better and better and better in what I do. So
nice.
I search for the most difficult and the most abnormal, difficult combinations in colors, and to see what I can do with it, how can I combine them, and who can I help with those colors. So I did a study for it last year. For just 3 weeks. Actually, it's very small. It's nothing big, but you see the difference.
Yeah, absolutely.
You see the difference, and you see, I didn't know that, but actually, you work every day with the same colors, but you didn't know you could combine some colors together, and actually, they're pretty nice too if you put them together. So,
what is the sort of color combination that you like the most right now? Like the sort of and you color combination that you kind of think. Let's just try that every now and again on customers. Like, is there anything that you like particularly?
the most people like to make it more equal, like gray, blue, something like that. But I like the last time I'm working with some earth colors, earth like brick orange jacket with a sand trousers, brown sweat shoes. It's very nice with the denim shirt. So
Oh
you work actually
no!
with
Oh my god, that
you work
would so
very,
nice.
pastel colors,
Uh-huh.
brick, sand trousers, light blue denim, very smooth. And now you can work with the grenadine tie and hooked tie or something really nice in combination. How we sell it, I don't know. Sometimes the customers are younger and they trust you and they want to do it, or they follow you by Instagram or by a blog or by Facebook or site on Pinterest with some bloggers, and they try it out. But other customers, you can try to put it on to do something else because you're working for so long, you're almost on the how you say it, going on pension, to say like that, stop working actually, and then they will change and when they buy more jackets than suits.
Correct.
Because you like more jeans or more chinos, and then you can combine a different color of jacket, and that's how I like to promote and a colorful life actually, instead of always the gray, the stripes.
Yes. But you can still, you can still save a great jacket with a nice tie, as you said, or unusual color of shirt, or an underlining. The lining of a jacket could be different, or even like on the collars here. You could have some funny whatever fabrics, and you can and only the person that wears them knows this until they want to show to the world that that's what it is. But I also like to have my clients with like little tiny things that they know only that they exist, like their little little logo there, or little whatever details, right? And if they want to show it, they show it, but if they don't, they don't, and that's like them. So it doesn't have to be a pink jacket, right? Let's just go maybe pink lining inside, and then you show it when you want to show it, and that's it.
That's true.
How important is to you, because you mentioned this as well, kind of social media. I know you're big on Instagram. That's why I followed you. That's where I first come across you. But it's what else you doing? How else, how important is Instagram in these days? If anyone would want to start, being not an influencer, because me and you are not influencers. We're just showing what we wear, and people just happen to like it, right?
Instagram, actually, if you start your own brand, it's nice to show what you do, what you have, what you sell, what is your product, what is your signature, and the people know what you are, and people are interested in that kind of fashion or style or shoes or accessory you want to sell actually with your own brand or your own store. It's really nice to have more like a lookbook. Instagram is more a lookbook for those people.
True.
And it's always a nice thing to have and to do also.
Do people buy from you because they see that you wear something? Do you ever have that they get a message from them saying, "Oh, you look nice today. I want to look like I wanted that suit." Do you ever get that?
Yeah, frequently I got it frequently. Someone asked me, the jacket, is it for sale? Is it made to measure, or out of the rack? Where can I find these? So for the most accessories, you can buy it at the website of the store. Other ones, they make an appointment with me and they come here and check out the fabrics. And
True.
Those customers, I'm going to be honest, customers by Instagram, actually, they go over as a tourist, they come to Antwerp, they follow the way to the store where we are located. They come inside and say, "Hey, Geoffrey here." My colleagues, upstairs in this room. They're coming up and they say, "Hi, Geoffrey, I follow you on Instagram. The last jacket, show me a picture," and then they ask how much it costs and the fabric's still available. And sometimes I say 50-50 chance they buy it because they are tourists. They go back after 2 weeks maximum most of the time, and then I send it behind them. And that's the most amazing thing I ever done, was sending after 4 weeks delivery. I called the customer and he said, "Where are you now?" I'm on my way back to Greece, and I asked for his home address in Greece. I'm gonna send him the jacket, and he said, "Yeah, I trust you. I think it will fit perfectly." So it didn't did any second fittings. We just worked from A to Z in one time, flat one time, and I sent it to him, and he sent me a picture with a selfie. I love the jacket. I never do it out again. So it was amazing for me. Also,
Wow.
that's
So
something.
do you always sort of make the jacket first, and then you make it, or whoever makes it, it comes to back to your store. Then you ask people to come to store for the second fitting, and then you sort of change still on them. Is that how you
To make
work?
a appointment, I always called two fittings. The
Hmm.
first fitting is when I measure actually how it feels, how it's gonna look. The second fitting is actually the full worked off. Only the length and the buttons are just sometimes, and they fit it on. But there's always the details. The measurements are always good. I never
Hmm.
had problems with the measurements.
Yes.
But sometimes they want to change the buttons because the buttons are not what they looked like when they put
Hmm.
it together with a small fabric.
Hmm.
It was
Hmm.
just the buttons, and that's actually a
Yes.
second for me. But it's not really a fitting anymore. It's
Yeah.
more like
This is how it's going to look. Yes.
changing the finish.
Yes. Okay. So, because obviously I've been obviously stalking you on Instagram, and that's one of the pictures that I found on Instagram with you wearing sort of white trousers, pink shirt, and kind of navy jacket. I would imagine that's probably what you've got. So, do you actually? Are you just borrowing these to take a photograph in and then you
No, no,
return them to the shop, or you actually own? Like, how big is your wardrobe then? It must be
it's
massive.
big actually.
Okay,
Too big.
too big. Okay,
It's bigger than my wife's. So.
okay. And because it's also very interesting when I talk to my clients and I talk to people that sort of know that what I do, that I do made to measure. They always are curious about how big is my wardrobe and how do I combine colors, because for instance, on this picture you could, like, it's so simple, so nice, so easy. It's kind of three colors. There is no faff. There's no pity in this. There is just you, three colors, looking amazing. And it's very often people ask me how to combine colors, how to combine, whatever they've got in their wardrobe. My wardrobe is quite lean. Their wardrobe is usually, my client's wardrobe is usually ridiculous, but they bought things in like so many different shops. Nothing matches nothing. It's disaster, right? Usually, because that's what normal people are. I mean, normal people who are not in this business, they kind of gather the things over the years, right? So how do you choose? How do you combine colors? How do you sort of decide what to wear and how you want to look today? Like, what's the process?
Perfectionist at that maybe
Uh
is a
huh.
little bit. Yeah, it's a little bit wrong for me maybe.
Uh huh.
But all my suits hanging in one closet. My jackets, my trousers, and then the shirts from white to black, actually, to say so.
Nice.
So color, it's more easy. My tie is hanging over the railings on the inside of my wall, so I can take a tie, put it to the shirt, and it's actually. I will be honest. I start at the shop opens at 9:30 in the morning, and I leave my home at 9.
Mm-hmm.
30 minutes I'm in the store, like 15 minutes to be honest, 15 minutes in the store. And I wake up at 8 o'clock. So I take 15 minutes maximum to make me ready, 5
Excellent.
minutes to take my clothes and
Yes.
leave, say
Yes.
goodbye to it. So it's more automatic now.
Because your wardrobe works in the way that you know what you've got, and you kind of that this shirt is going to work with this trousers and these jackets. Is that how you
Yes, and
do that?
it's very flashy because the red shirt springs out with the white trousers and the blue jacket, and that's nice because it was a nice day. Also, it
Yeah.
was 28 degrees,
Yes.
so that's what I search every day before. Also, I check the weather statements. Like today, it's how you say it, very cloudy and rainy now in Belgium after beautiful 3-4 weeks of 30 degrees. Now today is 25, so that's why I chose today for three-piece suit again.
Nice.
So a three-piece suit. So just a gray anthracite suit with a
Hmm.
nice blue tie, white shirt, black loafers. Very classy. Still no sockless. So we keep with 25 degrees sockless
Yes.
traditional outfit. So it's more business now. But it's in combined with the new weather, the changing of the weather. I always try to follow it up.
Uh huh.
wearing a white shirt. The white trousers is nice with a blue denim shirt, but also nice with the blue stripe. With the blue jacket, it's more maritime, like they say, with the penny low brown. But
Yes.
I like to wear it also with a nice red striped shirt. So
if anyone would want to come to Antwerp, they are on the way in Belgium. They're like, oh, I'm going to follow this guy because obviously we're going to link your Instagram account on the description so they can actually go and see you. And they say, oh, I like this guy. I want to go and see him in shop. What would be the average cost of let's say a jacket? If they would like, oh, let me just go in, get measured by Geoffrey in a shop. Like what, obviously it depends on fabric. We know that, but it's like kind of, low range, sort of entry level, because they don't know you. They just want to try how well it's going to fit. How would you say how much that is, more or less?
Made to measure, it starts with a nice full canvas and a normal fabric from our own house brand. Actually, it will take from €400, 4 weeks delivery.
Nice.
And like you said before, the fabric, the details, the make, how it must be made, it will make a difference in the price, of course, and it will go up for €650 to €700 with a beautiful PCB fabric, Lorpiana fabric, 4 weeks delivery time also. So you can make it always fancy for what you like. And be honest, like I said, always be honest. For €400, I can help everybody with a nice jacket. Suits from €600.
Yes.
Made to measure.
Nice. Because you do bespoke as well, right?
We do bespoke. We do it a lot in Antwerp, actually. It's more like a friend of mine in the Volksstraat. But we do more. We work with made to measure from Atolini. So we work with meter, filling all the orders from Atolini. We work with the orders of Isaia. We work with the order of Finamore. My shirts also made to measure. Frey. I don't know if you know it. Frey from Bologna.
So you make most of your garments in Italy? Is that what it is? Because you said you are kind of Italian kind of feel for. I am. If any of you are going to follow Geoffrey's Instagram, you're going to see it's very Italian, very sort of nice, open, relaxed. But is that where garments are made, all the shirts and all the
yes. The most things, the most brands actually in the store, we can also do made to measure, and they are all made in atelier in Italy, like Isaia in Napoli, Atolini in Napoli, and going up. Monroe is actually a Dutch made to measure department where we work together with Auger, and I think they made it also to be honest, in China. It's one of a very beautiful fabric. It's not easy. It's a beautiful fabric. We work a long time with it. It's a nice quality. And Monroe itself is growing in the world also. They got around 50 shopping shops. So worldwide, from Canada to the States, from the States to Italy, Florence, you see it everywhere now, England.
How important is it for your customers or for yourself if the garments are made in the UK, Italy, China, India? Like do customers still care about this, or is that actually one of the most important things when do they ask you about this?
No, 60% of the persons who buy suits, they trust me, and I tell them honestly, it's made in China by Monroe or going worldwide. But as I said, also I see him coming in with a nice Atolini suit. Yeah, and the guy gonna buy Atolini or something, and he go made to measure to La Vera. It's made in Italy, of course.
Of course,
the people know that. The people who wear suits with those brands, they know where it's made.
Absolutely.
And the younger generation, they want to have suits. They want to look good. They want to see Instagram. They see blogs. They see people. They follow their, how do you say it? Their stars. They're following. Oh, he's a good dressman. I'm following. Like I said, I'm a big fan of John Travolta, and I've seen him in a blue suit. I want to know where is the blue suit from. And as a fan of John Travolta, I would love to have the same suit.
Yes. Absolutely.
But the younger persons, they follow it. They want to have a blue suit with a nice tie. They go to the tailor. They ask, is it possible? But they got the budget. And the young generation doesn't care anymore where it's made, actually.
They just want to have it so it looks good on them, right? Rather than anything else.
And that's my job, to let it fit like a glove. And that's the most important. People, it's like I said, they trust you again because you are honest. It's from Monroe. It's a nice Dutch firm. It's made in China, but it's quality, 100%. I like to wear it myself. I like combine and use those suits. And I got some suits from Monroe. They're already 5 years in my closet. So it's quality, to be
Yes,
honest. It's really
exactly.
quality. And of course, you cannot compare it with an Italian handmade suit in Napoli, but it still stays
But
quality.
the
And
Napolitan suit, handmade, or even if it's made to measure or whatever else they do, it's probably what, double the price from what you would have that one from China. I would imagine easily, right?
yeah, easily,
Yeah.
easily.
Because that
Handmade, also
and
brand.
people who make that decision, they need to understand, like, do we want to pay that, or do we want to look good? And that's the
But I
that
just say so about the younger generation don't want to spend that a lot of money. And if you got a customer who wears all his life suits, only the best things in life, they know what they're paying. They know why they pay a lot of money for it because it's something that they want to have. It's more like
absolutely.
they say a statement.
Mm.
I wear Atolini because I love Atolini, and the guy is now 60 years old. He's almost on the end of his career. He wears Atolini, but he started maybe 30 years ago with a Hugo Boss suit.
Mm.
And by his own experience, he learned to fit in Italian suits, or maybe the other way around also is possible, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is personal. It's a personal style.
Absolutely.
But the people who buys it, they don't ask about it, they know it.
Mm-hmm.
But we got a lot of questions. Why is this expensive and why is this not so expensive?
True.
How is it made? Is it full canvas? Is it glued? Is it machine? Is it machina?
Mm-hmm.
It's yeah, it's more experience and how you're gonna
Explain
put
it. Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. Okay, so final kind of words for someone who is watching this or listening to this, and they like, oh, I like this guy. I want to be like him. I don't know where to start. What would you say to someone who is maybe in their 20s? They kind of like style. They kind of like dressing up. They understand. They follow in few blogs. They follow in us. They follow in you. They like, I want to start this made to measure. What would you say? Where would they start? What would be the sort of the wisdom from you? Where would you get them to start? Should they start with blogs, videos, Instagram? Should they just go out there networking? Should they go and see you for? I like what's the where should they start? Do you think?
If you asked me when they start their own business, actually.
Yeah. So someone would want to do what you do. I want to be like you. But I'm 22. I'm kind of, out of university. I graduated from something. I don't want to do that. I want to be, a made-to-measure specialist. I want to be like you. What should they do? What's your opinion?
First of all, they stay yourself. They must follow the lead, and networking is very important. Instagram will follow because what your network creates, they automatically will follow you. I said so. They must find themselves.
How do you find the network? Is it we talked about it before, just slightly about going out there and meeting people, but do you just come up to any stranger in the street and tell him what you do? Like how do you build your network?
You don't want to know where I hang out sometimes. But no, it started actually, like I said, I go to hotels,
Yeah.
companies actually, and as they use suits. Who sell them the suits now? How can I be better than that one and still help them? Not to be more expensive, not to be cheaper, but give them a better quality.
But that sounds like a lot of work.
No, it's just a little bit of research actually.
Right, okay.
Just research.
Okay.
If you know what they wear, you've been to hotels. You see some hotels they wear the blue suits with the gray gilet, with the waistcoats. Other ones are just two pieces, blue suits, the most traditional thing you can find in the world. You need to see how can I help those people? How can I be better? And what I need to do to be better. And actually, to be honest, you don't need to be cheaper, but you need to be faster in delivery time. That's the most important.
Interesting. Let's just quickly, 2 seconds, talk about that. Why is that important?
A lot of those businesses got a lot of new colleagues, new personnel. They change quite fast. And what they can't have is use clothes, put suits on those people, 40 men, there are two new guys working in their own suits. So they got 40 beautiful blue marine suits with a white shirt and a blue tie, and then two new ones with the black suits. Just
Because they don't have, yes.
we're the same. So the directors or the organization ask us, how fast can you deliver?
Yeah.
And that's a big issue in a lot of tailors over the world. They're working with different companies. They send 6 weeks, 4 weeks, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, and the fastest wins always.
So is it
faster than?
Oh, so what's fast and what's not fast? Like, what's the fastest people should be looking at? 2 weeks? Is that like super fast? 4 weeks is normal. 6 weeks is too slow.
But we work with 3 to 4 weeks delivery time for a company, and it's more corporate then. And for made to measure, it's from 4 weeks up to 6 weeks, depending on the fabric and the make actually.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But for companies, we try to work with 3 weeks delivery time. Companies.
Wow. Okay. So if anyone wants to start this made-to-measure business, they want to start that, they should be looking for a company that can deliver suits in sort of 3 to 4 weeks' time. That's one of the most important things, as you said, right?
Yes.
Okay.
If you want to start with a nice traditional make, with a nice, good flow, actually, it's nice to start that business because it's also nice for the person itself to keep busy. Otherwise, he's always meetings, measuring, orders, and then he needs to wait 2 weeks before it comes. So 2 weeks he falls.
Yes.
It's very quiet, very still actually, and the flow needs the good flow.
Yes.
And it's more when you got less delivery time and more customers.
Sure. Right, brilliant. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for your time. I hope it was useful to everyone who's going to be listening to this or watching this. If you've got any questions, obviously I'm going to link to Geoffrey's Instagram. So Instagram is the easiest way to contact you if anyone has got any questions. Is it? No. Or is it YouTube, or is it other places?
No, I only have Instagram.
Uh-huh.
I don't have Facebook anymore. I don't do actually YouTube yet. But on Instagram, I got a lot of questions. But it's so nice to answer them one by one, easy, like we said. Always
YouTube? No, you thinking of doing YouTube? Is that what you just said?
Yeah, maybe in the future.
Okay.
They also talk to me a lot of questions about working with YouTube, and maybe in the future I make some work of it. I don't know really, but
yeah, okay, interesting. Let me know if you need any help, because obviously I've made 350 videos on YouTube, so I've spent a lot of time in front of the camera, put it that way. So if you need any help, let me know. But yes. I will obviously link all of the stuff to you personally, so people can ask you questions if they have got any of how to start that made-to-measure business. Because as you said at the very beginning, it's actually, there is lots of friends in this business. There is, you look at another made-to-measure tailor as a kind of a colleague, a friend, in a sense that you're educating the public rather than your competitor. I feel the same. And when I was talking to Senna from Moulds and More, there's this made-to-measure guys from London. We were also talking to them on podcast, and he said the same thing. He said, like, I feel and I don't think that we've got competition, and I have the same feeling from you, that you don't think that you have got competition. Everyone that does the same that you do is kind of friend, is kind of in the same sort of vein, right? Because you never know whether you're going to need their help, whether they're going to need your help, whether
important. You can always learn from each other and help each other, of course, in this business. And it's always nice to talk with the people who do the same, to have a nice sartorial talk, like they say, and what the idea is behind their creations and how they. I say separate the self from others, like you said, with the signature, the clothing. So it's always nice to hear what the ideas are and how we can make something better.
True. Brilliant. Thank you so much for your time. Any questions, let me know in the comments below, guys, that you listening or watching this on YouTube. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for asking me, and it was a real pleasure. Thank you very much.
Cheers.